Today I'm working on getting the kitchen put back together. Right now I'm working on this new Dura faucet that we got. It looks a lot better than the old one and has some cool functionality the other one didn't. I'm impressed with it. Dura Faucet sent us this faucet to see what we thought about it and share our opinions with you guys. So we'll let you know how it is. We really appreciate them doing that and extending, trust in us to basically give it a test and see how we like it and let you know if we don't like it or if we do like it. One thing I really like is how easily this turns on here. It has little stops built in. Our other one didn't have that, and so it would kind of turn in the hole, but this is really nice. One thing that's interesting about RV faucets is I don't need this to extend this far, I really don't need the hose to go that much. And so what happens is there's a lot of extra hose inside. And I would love to shorten this a good foot or two. In fact, we probably don't need it to pull more than like 6 inches out, because that's about all we need it to do. But it is a residential faucet, so I get why it's got that. But there's just all this coiled up stuff in here that needs a place to go. So, yeah, I'd love that to be a little bit shorter. But so far, the installation process has been great. Because the sink is now closer to the wall, I'm able to shorten the hot and cold supply lines. This is PEX. It's pretty cool. It's vibration resistant. It's super tough stuff. It'll take a beating. But I've never used it before. And I wanted to recreate the way they did it from the factory with these crimp rings, but the crimper tool is $100 and I only need to make about 4 crimps, and that was not worth my money. So I'm going to go with these Shark Bite press fit connections. You just press your pipe in there and it's supposed to be watertight. Makes me feel a little bit nervous, but I think it'll be okay. We'll test it, and if it's not watertight, you'll know and I'll know. So yeah, I just need to cut this, hook these up. They don't quite reach, but there's a little bit of flex in there. I think I'm just going to bend them up a little instead of fully lengthening those. We'll see how it all comes together. Alright, let's give this a try. These are actually removable too, which is kind of interesting. If you have the right tool. It does take a good bit of force. Well, we'll test it. We'll do a leak test a little later. These fittings aren't cheap. They're about 10 bucks a piece. Sure beats $100 for the tool. So it kind of goes on the inner piece. That is tough to push in there enough. Never done plumbing repairs other than like fixing a toilet's float bowl before. I'm gonna cut it right there. That's not even a right angle cut, but let's see what we can do with it. Oh, that one went right in. Okay, so the brown side is definitely easier to push in than the gray side, but there we go. Ideal, maybe not, but it's pretty dang close. I'm happy with it. Those aren't going anywhere. So I rotated them too. They used to come straight out, so we've got a lot more usable counter space there. Okay, this is going together nicely. This is a weight that goes on this thing. So when you pull it up, it pulls the slack back in. So maybe what I can do is just kind of, I don't know, tape some of that up there to stay out of the way so it doesn't get combined with our stuff in our cabinet. Alright, I got my weight. Now it's time to put the sink in and reroute the pipe going to it. But first I'll just kind of dry fit everything, see where these hoses need to be, and get this black gray dump valve thing working. That's going to be the tricky part for today. So good news, there's this little foam tape around the edge that'll seal it. I don't need to put sealant in there. That's good news. Sinks in We dig this sink. It's cool. They put this, the nice sinks in the world have this sound deadening material, so when you drop a fork in there or something, it doesn't clang and make a ton of noise. Kind of a sound deadening material in there. We did a lot of research on finding other sinks that would work, but then we were looking into a rectangular one because we didn't think this area of the counter would be very useful. But now I'm actually really glad we stuck with the original sink. A, it's cheaper. B, it looks like original equipment, which it is. And C, it's deep, but it still has good access underneath. It doesn't take up the whole shelf. It's really cool how these attach. You've got this little screw thing, and when you screw that down, it sucks this nut up, and it sucks everything together. Alright, I'm just going to get this into position, try and find where the center is. And as you can see, as you tighten this bolt, these things go up, grab and kind of sink into that wood there, and they push against each other. Pretty cool system. Feels centered. Sinks in. Alright, now I'm modifying the gray tank dump. I used to go cut all across all of this, so I could go a straight line to there, but I'd rather like put a little bend in it just to get a little more room in there. It's harder to cut this stuff straight because it doesn't quite fit in my jaws of my thing. Filming makes everything harder. I may not film this. I'll just show you when it's done. You get the idea. You've seen people cut pipe before. Alright, plumbing's all done. That's nice and tidy. Sinks installed, faucets installed. Over the next couple days, we'll try to make some cabinet doors here, although that's a low priority right now. The main priority was getting most of this working and functional.